to North Penn High School Gymnasium here tonight. North Penn Wrestling as they face Quakertown. North Penn coming in with a 3-7 overall record, but 1-1 in conference, looking for another conference win, going up against Quakertown. Quakertown's first conference match of the year, but coming in at a 10-4 record, all out of conference. I'm Chris Makoviak, bringing you the action tonight. We'll start off with the 113-pound weight class, as G.E. Gay faces off with, Will Laughlin faces off against Dalton Klein. Laughlin coming in for North Penn, Klein for Quakertown. Laughlin for North Penn, 5-8 on the year. Sophomore here at North Penn. .145 left in the first period.
1, 2. 1, 2.
120. North Penn now with 4 points. Laughlin scoring early for North Penn, 1 minute left in the first period. .45 seconds.
1, 2.
Now North Penn leading 6-0. Laughlin scoring once again. Wrestlers moved out of bounds, so they'll head back to the center of the mat. Laughlin up 6-0. 31.6 seconds remaining in the first period.
Set. 1, 2, 3, 4.
3 more points for North Penn, now leading 9-0. They moved out of bounds, so they'll head back to the center of the mat. Laughlin with a 9-0 lead, just 2.3 seconds remaining in the first period.
Set.
That ends the first period.
Green, your choice.
Laughlin quickly up 9-0 over Klein.
Green to first.
Klein comes in at a record of 5-11, a sophomore at Quakertown. 2 minutes back on the clock as we enter the second period.
Top one. Set. 2.
2 more points for Laughlin, now leading 11-0.
2.
1:45 remaining in the second period.
3. 1, 3.
And that's 6 points for North Penn on the bench. So North Penn quickly on top, 6-0 overall. So heading out onto the mat for the 120 weight class, Jake Yoder for North Penn, Harrison Campbell for Quakertown, trying to fight back against that 6-point lead for North Penn. 1:45 remaining.
Easy. 2 red.
2 points for Campbell of Quakertown. A 1 point for North Penn. Quakertown leading 2-1 in this match. Out of bounds, so with 1:16 remaining in the first period, move back to the center of the mat. Campbell leading 2-1 over Yoder. Yoder for North Penn coming in at 3-7 overall record, as we're at 56 seconds remaining in the period. Campbell with a 15-4 overall record on the season. 2 points for Campbell of Quakertown. 1 point for North Penn, though. Quakertown leading 4-2 in the match, but out of bounds. So with 33 seconds remaining, we're back to the center of the mat. .20 seconds. Moved out. Head back to the center of the mat. Quakertown 4-2 lead in the match. North Penn 6-0 lead overall. .2 points there for Quakertown. It's under 5 seconds remaining. And that's it for the first period. So Campbell of Quakertown with the 6-2 lead over Yoder.
Green neutral.
One minute, 40 seconds remaining in the second period.
Green solid.
2 more points for Campbell of Quakertown, 8-2 lead in the match. One minute now remaining in the second period. .50 seconds. Just 10 seconds remaining. Campbell trying to get the pin down. And that's the end of the second period. 3 more points for Quakertown, though. And Campbell leads 11-2 heading into the third period. But North Penn with the 6-0 lead overall.
Green. Red. Set. shoulder, watch the shoulder. Watch the shoulder.
1 minute, 30 seconds remaining. But they wouldn't need that as a pin is called. So now we're all tied up at 6 overall. The 11-2 point differential by Campbell. Not needed as he got the pin against Yoder. Two pins early on. One for each side. Get set for the 126 weight class. Coming out for North Penn is Sophion Bensmail. For Quakertown, John Fischella. As they get started. Bensmail coming in for North Penn Junior here at North Penn High School. 13-2 overall record, very impressive. And he starts off quickly with a 2-point lead. Fischella comes in for Quakertown as a sophomore. 3-7 overall record on the season. 1 minute, 30 seconds remaining in the first period. They roll out of bounds, so they'll head back to the center of the mat with 1 minute, 18 seconds remaining in the first period. Bensmail of North Penn up 2-0 in the match. But overall, both sides tied up at 6.
Caution red. Hands have to be in front of the line. And knees have to be behind the line. Okay, set. Okay, green on. Set.
1 minute mark here in the first period. Bensmail still up 2-0.
1, 2.
2 points for North Penn. So Bensmail increases his lead to 4-0 with just 37 seconds remaining
Neutral.
in the first period. Out of bounds, so they'll head back to the center of the mat with 29 seconds remaining. Quakertown did get a point there. So now Fischella only down 4-1. 20 seconds now remaining. Fighting hard there. And Bensmail is awarded 2 points, up 6-1 with 10 seconds remaining here in the first period. Two more points for Bensmail, increasing his lead to 8-1 as we end the first period of play.
Green choice. Green takes down.
Bensmail leading 8-1 overall score. North Penn Quakertown tied up at 6.
Easy down. That's 2 green.
2 points for a reversal for Bensmail, up 10-1. 1 minute 40 seconds remaining here in the second period. And that's a pin for North Penn, putting their overall lead up 12-6. Big win for Ben Smale. So all the matches ending in pins so far as we head into the 132 weight class. North Penn being represented by Caleb Shea. And for Quakertown, Brendan Rosenberger. Rosenberger coming in at an overall record of 3-6, sophomore at Quakertown. While Shea of North Penn coming in at 5-8 overall, also a sophomore. Again, North Penn leading overall 12-6. 2 pins for the Knights and 1 for the Panthers so far. One minute remaining in the first period. Move out of bounds. Head back to the center of the mat. .40 seconds remaining. Tied up in the match at 0. Now 30 seconds. They move out of bounds. Back to the center of the mat. 13 seconds remaining. Five seconds. And a quick 2 points there for Quakertown just before the end of the period. So that puts Rosenberger up 2-0, headed into the second period. Shea may have gotten a bloody nose there, so have a blood time here. Rosenberger with the 2-0 lead. North Penn up overall 12-6. Pins coming from Laughlin in the 113 weight class and Ben Smale in the 126 weight class, but for Quakertown, a pin in the 120 weight class for Harrison Campbell.
Right here. Stop the clock. Thank you. Take your it's your choice. Let's go in the center here.
Looks like Shea's back in and ready to go. So Rosenberger enters the mat once again.
All right, let's get set, green. Set. Red. Set.
1 minute 50 seconds remaining in the second period. One-point escape for Shea. So now the North Penn wrestler only down by 1. Head back to the center of the mat. 1 minute 40 seconds remaining. 1 minute, 15 seconds. Two points for Shea, and he takes the lead 3-2 over Rosenberger. As we're under 1 minute now remaining. .30 seconds now remaining in the second period. Shea still up 3-2. Two points for Rosenberger, and he takes the lead 4-3. Now with 12 seconds remaining, it'll be injury time.
Okay.
Rosenberger with the 4-3 lead.
You ready to go? All right,
Shea's ready to go back into the game.
Green, you're down. Green in here.
As the match gets ready to resume.
Set green. Red. Set. A little bit early, red. Set green.
Caution for Shea.
All right, red on.
11 seconds
Set.
left in the second period, and they get started quickly. Rosenberger still with the 4-3 lead. As time expires in the second period,
Red choice.
Rosenberger 4-3 lead over Shea of North Penn.
You're neutral. 1 point red, neutral.
One minute, 40 seconds remaining in the third period. Rosenberger 5-3 lead. Forced out of bounds. We'll head back to the center of the mat. 1 minute, 31 seconds remaining. Forced out of bounds. They'll head back to center of the mat. 1 minute, 9 seconds remaining in the third period. Rosenberger's still up 5-3. Now 1 minute remaining. Takedown by Shea. Shea tied it up at 5. Now Rosenberger taking advantage, up 7-5. Close to a pin here. Shea fighting back underneath. 38 seconds remaining. Three more points for Quakertown. Rosenberger up 10-5. Fifteen seconds remaining. we're out of time. Rosenberger gets 3 points for Quakertown overall. North Penn still with the 12-9 lead overall. Rosenberger with the 10-5 win over Shea.
You did get the 2 takedown green, 2 reverse, 2 back.
Wrestling the 138 pounds for North Bend, Mikey O'Brien for Quakertown, Tanner Seislov.
So North Penn in the 138 weight class, Mikey O'Brien. And for Quakertown, Tanner Seislov. One minute, 30 seconds remaining in the first period. Mikey O'Brien of North Penn coming in at 9-4 overall, junior. While Seislov of Quakertown, a junior, with a record of 14-3. Out of bounds, I'll head back to the center of the mat with 1 minute, 4 seconds remaining. Tied up at 0. .50 seconds now remaining.
Good work, guys.
.40 seconds.
Who's bleeding? Come here. You are? You are? Green blood.
Some blood on O'Brien, so it'll be a blood time here. Still tied up at 0 in the match. North Penn 12-9 lead overall. Head coach of North Penn is Rob Schitzlein. Leading the Panthers is Kurt Handel. Blood time now is over. I'll head back to the mat.
Thank you. All right, in here, guys.
.35 seconds remaining in the first period. .22 seconds. Out of bounds with just 3 seconds remaining. Head back to the center of the mat, tied up at 0. Now in the first period.
Green takes down. Set green. Red. Set. I got caution on red. Red.
Caution issued to Quakertown.
Green, you set. All right,
2 minutes back on the clock. So get set to start the second period. North Penn with the 12-9 overall lead.
Set. Red. Set.
1 minute 46 seconds as they resume. Move out of bounds. They'll head back to the center of the mat with 1 minute 27 seconds remaining here in the second period. Size 11 O'Brien, both at 0.
Caution red. You're over here.
Second caution issued towards Quakertown.
Right. Green set. Red on. Set.
Out of bounds. Head back to the center of the mat. 1 minute 16 seconds remaining in the second period. Still tied up at 0.
Set. Red. Set. That's red. Going.
1 minute remaining.
Neutral.
1.4 North Penn. Up 1-0. 50 seconds remaining here in the second period. They move out of bounds. So back to the center of the mat. 47.9 seconds remaining. .30 seconds remaining. O'Brien's still up 1-0.
Come on, Mike.
Going here.
We'll move back to the center of the mat. O'Brien up 1-0. 11 seconds remaining.
Easy red.
And that's the end of the second period. O'Brien with a slim lead, 1-0. North Penn up 12-9 overall. 2 minutes back on the clock.
Set. Green on. Set.
One minute 30 seconds remaining in the third period. Zaslov trying to break out of the hold. .55 seconds remaining. And 2 points to Sizlove of Quakertown, so now he takes a slim lead, 2-1. And 1 point to O'Brien, so it's 2-2. And they'll move out of bounds, head back to the center of the mat. Tied up at 2 now, with just 35 seconds remaining. Both teams battling for the 3 points here.
Red on. Set.
Under 30 seconds remaining. Twelve seconds remaining. Still tied up at 2 each. O'Brien gets the reversal, and he gets the win. Panther coach is not happy with the call there.
The way I saw it, he came completely on top, had both legs on.
Coach Snapple going against Quakertown. The final at 138 pounds, winner by a score of 4-2 for North Penn.
Coach's warning against Quakertown, but the win goes to Mikey O'Brien of North Penn. The walk-off victory and the 3 points for the Knights. Next up, the 145-pound weight class, Colin Shannon for North Penn against Cullen Williamson of Quakertown. North Penn with the overall lead 15-9. One minute, 30 seconds remaining in the first period. Colin Shannon of North Penn coming in at a 13-5 overall record. Just tries to get the takedown. No points awarded so far. Play moved out of bounds, so they'll head back to the center of the mat. 1 minute now remaining. Two points awarded to Colin Shannon of North Penn, taking the 2-0 lead in the match. .30 seconds remaining in the first period. Just 15 seconds remaining. Out of bounds, so they'll move back to the center of the mat.
Set. Green. Set.
And that brings us to the end of the first period.
Choice. Red defers. Green. Green takes down.
Colin Shannon up 2-0 as we head into the second period. North Penn with the 15-9 overall lead.
Set. That's one. Neutral.
1 point for the escape for Colin Shannon of North Penn, takes a 3-0 lead. And with 1 minute 32 seconds remaining, they'll head back to the center of the mat. Takedown for Shannon. Takes the 5-0 lead. One minute now remaining in the second period. Colin Shannon still leading 5-0. Thirty seconds.
Keep working, guys. Let's go.
Colin Shannon still up 5-0. 15 seconds remaining in the second period. Five seconds. And that brings us to the end of the second period.
Red takes down.
Heading into the third period.
Set, red. Green. Set. Set. Get down, move two.
Colin Shannon still 5-0 lead. 1 minute 30 seconds left in the third period. North Penn with a 15-9 lead overall, and first point of the match for Colin Williamson. Back to the center of the mat. 1 minute 6 seconds remaining. 2 more points for Colin Shannon, taking a 7-1 lead. 55 seconds now remaining. Seconds. 2 more points for North Penn, leading 9-2. 1 point escape for Quakertown. Move that bounce, so we'll head back to the center of the mat. 24 seconds on the clock. Colin Shannon with the 9-3 lead over Colin Williamson of Quakertown. Moved out of bounds, but as time expires, Colin Shannon will take the victory 9-3 over Quakertown.
Yeah, I know.
So 3 more points for North Penn. North Penn with the 18-9 lead. As we head into the 152-pound weight class, will be Richie Liberio of North Penn against Nick Basile of Quakertown. Liberio coming in at a record of 12-3, senior at North Penn. As they go out of bounds, so it'll be 1:51 remaining in the first period. And Basile 6-11 overall for Quakertown. 2 quick points for Liberia. North Penn 2-0 lead in the match. One minute, 25 seconds remaining in the first period. .55 seconds now remaining. Richie Liberia of North Penn still with the 2-0 lead. .25 seconds remaining. Five seconds on the clock. And time expires in the first period, and we'll head into the second period with Liberio and a 2-point lead in the match.
Set, red. Green on. Set.
A hard hit by Liberio. One minute, 45 seconds remaining in the second period.
One, two.
Basile trying to go for the reversal, but Liberia holding him down.
Got 2, green.
1 minute, 15 seconds remaining in the second period. Liberia still with a 2-point lead, and he increases that lead by 2. 4-0, he leads in the match.
Off the face, off the
1 minute now remaining. .25 seconds.
No change, no change.
Out of bounds, so head back to the center of the mat.
Set. 3.
8 seconds on the clock.
Set.
And time expires in the second period. Liberia is still with a 4-point lead. Two minutes on the clock. Liberia will go down on the mat.
Set. Red on. Set. There's no 5-second count. 3.
Moves out of bounds. Head back to the center of the mat. 1 minute 50 seconds remaining in the third period.
3. Red. Set. It's still red. Still red.
1 minute 30.
That's one.
1 point escape for Liberia. Takes a 5-0 lead. Four seconds remaining. Two points for Quakertown there. But Liberia with a 5-2 lead. Just 36 seconds remaining in the final period.
Set. Red. Set. Watch that knee. Watch the knee. Go, Ron, man. You gotta work.
Time expires. And Liberia gets the win and the 3 points for the Knights. 5-2 victory for the senior. North Penn goes up overall 21-9 with the 5-2 victory by Liberia. For North Penn in the 160-pound class is Jake Laughlin and against Noah Wood of Quakertown. One minute, 30 seconds remaining in the first period.
That's 2 red.
2 points for Wood there. Out of bounds, so they'll move back to the center of the mat with 1 minute, 5 seconds remaining in the first period.
Set. Right on. Set.
40 seconds remaining. .30 seconds. Quakertown with the 2-0 lead. Time expires in the first period. Noah Wood of Quakertown, the 2-0 lead in the match. He'll start on the mat.
Set.
One minute, 30 seconds remaining, as 2 points is awarded to Quakertown. 4-0 is the lead.
Watch the face. Watch the face.
And that's a pin for Quakertown, and they get 6 points on the board overall. And North Penn's lead down to 21-15 now. In the 170-pound weight class, Michael Gallagher wrestling for North Penn. He'll face Nick Bonomo of Quakertown. One minute, 30 seconds remaining.
Nothing yet.
One minute, 20 seconds.
Nothing yet. That's 2 red.
2 points awarded to Bonomo. One minute remaining in the first period.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 3 red.
And another pin for Quakertown, and they tied up this match. 21 all now, 2 straight pins by the Panthers. And 182
Shake hands.
pound weight class, it'll be Owen Varespi for North Penn against JJ McEugan of Quakertown. Recipe coming in with a 3-9 record overall. Wrestling for North Penn, freshman, only freshman starter on the team. Two points awarded to Varespi as we hit 1 minute 30 seconds remaining in the first period. Key match here as we're tied up 21 all in the overall scoring. It'll be blood time. Clock's up with 41 seconds.
Can you get something on that? Yeah. You got that. It's just, always my mat. You know I don't like that stuff.
JJ McHugan, who's receiving treatment right now. 8-6 overall record. Senior for Quakertown. Quakertown looking for their first conference win of the season. McHugan bandaged up and back on the mat. Down into the mat. Recipe with the 2-0 lead at the moment. Caution for Varespi. And we get started once again. .30 seconds remaining in the first period. And that's it in the first period. Recipe, North Penn, 2-0 lead. Tied up at 21 overall. Recipe will choose to go down on the mat first. 1 minute 30 seconds remaining in the second period. Back to center of the mat. 49 seconds remaining for SB. Still with the 2-0 lead here in the second period. Two points for Varespi, takes the 4-0 lead. 20 seconds remaining here in the second period. One-point escape for McGugan. And that's all for the second period. Into the third period, Varespi with a 4-1 lead. 2 minutes back on the clock. McGugan back at the center of the mat. One minute, 20 seconds remaining in the final period. One minute remaining. Stalling warning against North Penn. They'll head back to the center of the mat. 59 seconds remaining. .30 seconds remaining. Varespi still with the 4-1 lead, but a point for the escape for McGugan. Varespi's lead down to 2 now. 25 seconds. Overall, both teams tied up at 21. Out of bounds. I'll head back to the center of the mat. With 18 seconds left in the final period. Out of bounds once again. Back to center mat, 6 seconds remaining. And 2 more points for Varespi, sealing the win, and 3 more points for the Knights. Freshman Varespi gets the win. North Penn with the 24-21 lead as we head into the 195-pound weight class. Mike Trail in there for North Penn against Gavin Karoff of Quakertown. Trail is 1-11 on the season. Karoff is 11-4.
Go, guys. Wrestle in the center. Let's go.
Out of bounds, head back to center mat with 1 minute 30 seconds remaining.
Red. Two red.
2 points for Quakertown. With 1 minute 1 second remaining, head back to the center of the mat.
Set. Red. Set.
Karoff with the lead.
Red.
Caution for Quakertown.
You good?
North Penn with the overall lead, 24-21.
Set.
2 points for Mike Trail, North Penn. Karoff going for the reversal, and he gets 2 points himself. Karoff with the 4-2 lead, going for the pin. And that's a pin for Karoff against Mike Trail. And Quakertown takes the lead, 27-24. Next up, the 220 weight class. For North Penn, it's Tyler Leidy. And for Quakertown, Micah Jones. Jones coming in at 15-6 overall. Leidy 0-5, looking for his first win of the season.
Two red.
2 points for Jones. 1 minute, 25 seconds remaining in the first period. One minute remaining. Jones still with a 2-0 lead. Quakertown suddenly with the overall lead, 27-24. North Penn's lead was as much as 12 at one point, but the Panthers have fought back, taking the lead.
Watch that shoulder.
3 points for Quakertown. Micah Jones takes the 5-0 lead over Tyler
You're down.
Liddy.
It looked like they had a 40 ounce mark. My bad. You set? All right, put on top, Red.
40 seconds remaining as they head back to the center of the mat.
Set.
Time expires
Red,
in the first period. Micah Jones with the 5-0 lead.
Red defers. Green. Green takes down. Set. You're up. You're up. Green.
Liddy will be down on the mat first. But he will be awarded 1 point for choosing to go neutral there. 5-1 lead from Micah Jones, but he gets 2 points there to increase it to 7-1. One minute, 45 seconds remaining.
Nothing yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, home 3.
Jones increases his lead to 10-1, 3 points there. 1 minute remaining. Thirty seconds remaining.
2, 3, 4, 5, home 3.
Time expires in the second period. But 3 more points for Micah Jones.
Red takes top.
He leads 13-1. Tyler Liddy will go down on the mat as we enter the final period.
Set.
One minute, 30 seconds remaining.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, home 3. Off the foot, off the foot.
Three more points will give Micah Jones the win on the mercy rule. It's a major decision worth 5 points.
Can you edit out that goofy laugh I just did? Shake hands.
Gives Quakertown the overall lead at 32-24. We head into the 285-pound weight class. Brandon Ullman in there for North Penn against Justin Correa of Quakertown. $50 seconds remaining.
Go, action, guys, action.
Tied up at 0 in the match. We're back to the center of the mat with 36 seconds remaining. $25 seconds.
Watch your head, watch.
Five seconds. End of the first period. Still tied up at 0 in the 285-pound weight class.
Set. Red. On top. Set.
Still tied up at 0. 1 minute, 25 seconds remaining in the second period. Quakertown with a 32-24 lead overall. Out of bounds, they'll head back to the center of the mat.
Set. Red.
1 minute, 10 seconds. And they start again. So no points awarded, tied up at 0. 54 seconds remaining here in the second period.
You gotta make an attempt to take him to the mat. You got a warning for stalling. Set green. On top. Set. Neutral. Red.
1 point escape for Ullman. Coming right back at is Correa, who gets 2 points. Panthers up 2-1 in the match. "15 seconds.
Good choice, Fred.
Heading to the final period. Correa of Quakertown with the 2-1 lead.
Set.
One point awarded to Quakertown for neutral.
Watch the eyes, Fred.
Move out of bounds, so head back to the center of the mat. 1:34 remaining in the third period. One minute 20 remaining. Correa with a 3-1 lead over Ullman. "50 seconds remaining." That they'll head back to the center of the mat. One more point for Correa, and he takes a 4-1 lead.
Let's go, one more.
50 seconds remaining in the final period. Panthers trying to increase their 8-point lead overall. Two points for Correa. "15 seconds. And with 1.3 seconds remaining, he gets the pin. Correa with 6 key points. And that increases the Quakertown lead to 38-24. And they will win here today. But the final matchup of the night, G.E. Gay of North Penn against Tim Mallow of Quakertown in the 106-pound weight class. Mallow with the quick 2 points. Caution for Quakertown. 1-point escape for Ige. Two points for the takedown for Ige. Takes a 3-2 lead in the match. Mallow trying to fight free. 42 seconds remaining in the first period. Pulled a pin by Ige, but won't be enough to defeat Quakertown. Knights fall 38-30 here at home. Pins today for the Knights by Ige, Ben Smale, and Laughlin. North Penn up by as much as 12 at one point, but a big comeback by the Panthers, and they'll get their first conference win of the season, while North Penn falls to 1-2 in conference, 3-8 overall. And that's it here at the gymnasium today. North Penn falls by 8 points. For the entire North Penn Television crew, I'm Chris Makoviak. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.